welcome to today's video. Super excited to be sharing with you guys a new release from the Kat Von D makeup line today. This is the Mini Matte Metals palette, and when this was teased on Trendmood and the Kat Von D Instagram accounts, I just knew I had to have it. This was one of those palettes that really spoke to me. Haven't felt that way about a palette in a while, but I was really excited for this one to launch. So I grabbed it as soon as I could. I have been playing with it for about 4 or 5 days now. I've shared some looks on Instagram with you guys, and I really feel like I have formulated my opinion on this, so I wanted to share it with you guys today. First thing I want to say is that I have been a fan of the Kat Von D eyeshadow palettes for some time. I have the original Shade and Light eye contour palette and then the Shade and Light glimmer eye palette. I will have the reviews for these linked below if you are interested. These are a high standard for me, and I expect, you know, nothing less than this when she releases something new. And right out of the gate, I want to say that I'm really happy to report that this formulation did not disappoint. So, just as in love with this one as I am with the previous two, particularly the original Shade and Light, which is my all-time favorite. So as aforementioned, this is the Mini Matte Metal palette from Kat Von D. It retails for $53 Canadian. That is not cheap. It is a little bit more of a luxury item, I believe, especially when you look at the size of it. It is a mini palette, so here it is in comparison to the original Shade and Light contour palette. The packaging is really nice. It comes in this cardboard that does not fly open, feels very sturdy. I would definitely travel with this. As always, I wrap my palettes in towels and stick them in my suitcase. I would still do that, but I do feel like this is pretty secure, and I definitely wouldn't hesitate to take it with me traveling. This is the real money shot, you guys. The inside of this palette looks like this. You get 10 beautiful, beautiful shades. This is obviously geared more towards the warm tone lover like myself. I love these sort of golden bronze and burgundy tones. Oh my goodness, these are some of my favorite shades, and I love that she has broken this down into 5 metal shades and then 5 corresponding matte shades. Immediately when I saw this, I thought it would be the perfect palette to create some really beautiful monochromatic looks with. If you are into that sort of monochromatic eye look, I mean, there is a metal for your lid and then a corresponding matte to go through the crease. Every time I play with this palette, I want to create a monochromatic look, but then I get carried away because there are just so many beautiful combinations within this palette. I just feel like this is so versatile. You could do an all matte look. You could definitely do just a one shadow look with the matte shades. Take a little bit of, say, this shade right here, which is called Dose. Brush it onto the lid and then gently buff it into the crease, and it's gonna create the most beautiful, just sort of diffused look. And I really do feel like the possibilities are endless here, and you've got a lot of variety. Now, do you have a matte black? No, you do have a really dark matte brown, and you could use this shade or this burgundy shade as liners if that is something that you wanted to do. For me, I could use this as a standalone palette, but it really depends on what sort of a look you want to achieve. I'm not someone that always needs a black liner, but I know some people really do want that. But for me, I could definitely just take this and create several looks as is on its own with this palette. This shade right here called Feather and this shade right here called Suede make perfect transition colors. You've got your highlighting shade here called Bone, and you could use Thunderstruck, which is a metallic on the inner corner. I just feel like the possibilities are endless here. I've created some looks that I've been really happy with this week, and I'm gonna show you guys pictures, but of course I think you all wanna see swatches of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and show you some live swatches of all the shades. So first we have Bone, we have Feather, Suede, Oak, and finally Velvet. And now for the metal shades, we have Thunderstruck, Flash, Dose, Synergy, and Raw Powder. So hopefully you guys can tell, but these are seriously just one swatch and go. They are extremely pigmented, extremely beautiful, intense. These metal shades are just phenomenal. I have been using a brush to apply them, but then I've been going in to really intensify them with my finger, and I really feel like you do get that extra like intensity when you apply these with your finger. I haven't tried them wet, but I do feel like you could definitely apply these metal shades wet to your eyes as well. The matte shades are very easy to work with. They're very blendable. Again, very pigmented. I mean, they're very smooth. You will get a little bit of fallout with these. They are finely milled. Nothing crazy, but I would suggest using these shadows first before applying your foundation. Oh, I did also forget to mention, there is a mirror. Mine's a little fingerprinty, but it's totally functional. It's not huge, it is a mini palette, but you can definitely get a good look at your eyes. So again, perfect for travel. If you're just creating a quick eye look, you can definitely use this. It's gonna serve its purpose. It's not warped or, you know, anything like that. It's definitely usable. Didn't come with a brush, which I feel like that's kind of my one complaint. For the price, I feel like maybe a brush could have been included. Maybe I don't know. That's just my personal thoughts. That's my one sort of like, I feel like there could have been a brush. That being said, you know, even though this is a pricier palette, I do feel like the quality is there. Hopefully that shone through in the swatches. I created a couple different eye looks. At the beginning of the week, I did a little bit more of a fallish, deeper look for me. I used the Velvet and Raw powder shades along with the Suede and Dose shades. So I did kind of a cranberry rose gold look, which I'll insert pictures of. I actually tried to film this review on the day that I created that look, but the power went out mid-video. I was in darkness and it was hours before it came back on, so I decided to refilm. Today I wanted to create something a little bit more neutral, so I used Feather, which is this really pretty yellow, kind of a muted yellow in the crease, and then I went in with a mixture of Suede and Oak, the two browns, and just deepened up the outer half of my crease. And then I went in with Flash on the inner 2/3, and then I put Thunderstruck on the inner corner. I also used Bone as a highlight, and I really do like this look. It's neutral, but I do like how you've got that little pop of gold. And for some reason, I really do appreciate this yellow shade as a transitioning color. Not something I generally reach for, but it creates this little bit of depth and interest, and there's just something extra about it, something very pretty, unique, and I really do feel like she's done a bang up job with this palette. I feel like I've been raving about this just from the get-go, but you guys, I've reviewed so many eyeshadow palettes. This was not sent to me, I purchased it, but I'm just really happy with it. I love it. I think that she did a bang up job. I'm a big fan of her line in general. The other eyeshadow palettes that I have from her are some of my favorites. The Whiteout concealer from her line I use almost daily. And so I was really excited to see this release. It was a great way for me to play with a little bit of color, but you know, still have the neutrals to work with like I did today. You know, if you're into cooler tones, probably not your thing, but if you like the warmer tones like I do and tend to gravitate more towards these sort of shades, this is an absolutely stunning palette. I think you'd be really happy with it. You know, like I said, the price point is a little bit up there, and I do feel like they could have included a brush. If I have to critique it, that's what I would say. But overall, I am very happy with this palette. I'll be reaching for it a lot, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So that is it for my review on the Kat Von D Mini Metals palette. I would love to know if you guys have picked this up. What are your thoughts? What are you loving? Also, are there any new releases that have either just been launched or recently coming that you guys want to see reviewed on my channel? I have a list of palettes that I'm interested in, but I always like to see what you guys are interested in and kind of correspond with you guys and what you want as well. So thanks so much for being here, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Take care of each other, and I'll see you soon. Bye.